Are you stuck feeling homesick for a place you've never actually visited? I get emails every day asking the same heartbreaking question. Who was I before this? And why do I feel like I'm carrying baggage that doesn't belong to this lifetime? If that's you, I want to tell you something controversial. You don't need a regression therapist to answer that question. You don't need to be in a deep hypnotic trance to find the truth. The clues are already embedded in your nervous system. They're hiding in your fears, your unexplained talents, and the theater of your dreams. Today we are moving away from the mystery and moving toward the clarity. We're going to decode the 3 specific signs that reveal who you were without leaving your chair. The reason identifying a past life feels so hard for many of us is that we expect to look like a movie. We wait for a lightning bolt, a full-color 4K memory to hit us while we sit in silence. But the soul doesn't speak in movies, it speaks in echoes. When we talk about reincarnation, or the transmigration of the soul, we have to understand that while the conscious mind, the part of you listening to me right now, forgets, the subconscious mind records everything. It is a vast library, and sometimes books fall off the shelf. We call these leaks. There are moments where the barrier between who you are now and who you were then becomes thin. Today we are going to look at the 3 strongest links: the body panic, the soul's muscle memory, and the night theater. And at the end of this video, we're going to do a very short, specific visualization involving a door that must just turn the key for you. So grab your journal, preferably a hardcover one that feels substantial in your hands, and let's get into the deep work. First, let's look at what I call the body's panic. Have you ever encountered something completely mundane, a body of water, a tight space, a specific animal, and you realize that instead of feeling neutral, you found a loud version of your own anxiety? Psychologists might call this an irrational phobia, but in this work we ask, is it irrational or is it a memory? The body remembers what the mind forgets. If you died by drowning in the past life, your current body might hold a resistance to deep water. If you were imprisoned, you might have severe claustrophobia that feels ancient, older than your current age. I want you to pick up your pen. Don't think, just let the ink flow. Ask yourself, what am I afraid of that I have no reason to be afraid of? Maybe it's a fear of fire, even though you've never been burnt. Maybe it's a fear of silence. Write it down. This isn't about traumatizing yourself. It's about acknowledging the signal. When you identify an irrational fear, you're often identifying the cause of death or a major trauma from a previous incarnation. It's a signal that it's time for the deep work. Look at what you wrote. Does it have a texture, a temperature? If you wrote fear of heights, do you feel a sensation or a sensation of being pushed? These subtle distinctions are the breadcrumbs. Now let's move to something lighter. The second clue is the soul's muscle memory. You can't rush your purpose, but sometimes purpose rushes you. You ever tried a new skill? Maybe learning a language, playing an instrument, or even something like archery or pottery, and felt an eerie sense of familiarity? This is the opposite of the struggle. This is when the shoulds get out of the way so the wants can take over. We often call these natural talents. But think about it. If you sit down at a piano and your hands know where to go, That isn't just talent, that is repetition. That is thousands of hours of practice from a lifetime you don't remember living. I want you to think about what comes to you easily. Do you have an innate understanding of herbalism? Do you understand military strategy without ever studying it? Do you find yourself drawn to the architecture of the 18th century, feeling like you know how these rooms were lit? Suddenly, the pen starts moving on its own when you explore this. You aren't just writing, you're building a bridge between the person you are and the person you were. If you have a fascination with a specific time period, the Victorian era, ancient Egypt, the 1920s, and it feels like a nostalgia rather than just historical interest, that is your soul's muscle memory pulling you home. The third clue is the night theater. The reason meditation feels so hard for many of us is that the conscious mind is a guard dog. It barks at everything. But when you sleep, the guard dog sleeps, the veil lifts. Recurring dreams are rarely just random firing of neurons or messages trying to push through the static. Do you have a dream where you're walking through a house you've never seen before, but you know exactly where the floorboard creaks? Do you dream of running from something or searching for someone, and the emotional tone is devastatingly real? Pay attention to the details in these dreams. Look at your feet. What shoes are you wearing? Look at the technology. Are there cars or horses? Are there electric lights or torches? These details are the coordinates of your history. Now I want you to try something. You don't need to be a writer to do this. You don't need to be a mystic. You just need to be open. Wherever you are, if it is safe, close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Let the nervous system settle. Imagine you are standing in a long hallway. The walls are made of stone. At the end of the hallway, there is a heavy wooden door. This door is a barrier between now and then. Walk toward the door. Feel the weight of your body moving. When you reach the door, look at the handle. Is it brass? Is it iron? Is it just a latch? In a moment, I want you to open it. On the other side is a scene from a past life that you are ready to see. Not a scene that will hurt you. Open the door. What was the first thing you saw? Was it a color? A landscape? A pair of boots? Don't analyze it. Don't filter it through your logical mind. Grab your journal. Catch the vapor before it disappears. Write down the first impression you had. This is your thread. It's not about escapism. It's about integration. When we understand that our fears might be old memories, they lose their power over us. When we understand that our talents are ancient skills, we treat them with more respect. You are a collection of stories. This lifetime is just the current chapter. I put the journals, the weighted pens, the architects I personally use in the description below. These are tools designed to last a lifetime, or perhaps several. Tell me in the comments, what is the first word that comes to your mind when you think about who you were before? Was it a soldier, a healer, a mother, a wanderer? I read them all. Be well, be intentional, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Hi, this is Jack Hardy. If you like this video, please subscribe, leave comments. I'll leave some links in the description. If you click on the link and make a purchase from Amazon, I may receive a small commission that helps pay for my content at no extra cost to you. Thank you for supporting my channel.